Welcome to this video walkthrough guide for the Payfast Merchant app. If you have not already downloaded the app, then you will need to do so from the Play Store. Make sure you search for the title Payfast by Network. From there, select the Payfast app, then click Install. Once the app has completed its download and has installed, then click the Open button. Here on the sign in options screen, if you are new to Payfast, then tap on the Register with Payfast button. This will then open up a link for you to register so that you can log in. Now tap on the Login button. On the login screen, enter your login details. Note that these login details are the same details as you would use to log into your desktop dashboard for Payfast. If you have forgotten your password, then click on the Forgot Password link text. This will open a link in your browser for you to enter an email address, and it will then send a reset link to your inbox. Click the Next button when you are ready to log in. Once the app has loaded in, you will land on the dashboard. At the top of the screen is the menu icon where you'll be able to access the side menu. Here you can navigate to each screen throughout the app. To the right of this will be the welcome text followed by your name. Below this is the merchant ID and merchant key. Under that is the counter bar, which displays 3 counters. The first counter displays the number of unique shoppers you have. The second counter shows the total number of transactions you have made. And the last counter displays the total amount accumulated through these transactions. Next is the Pay by Link button. This button is a shortcut that takes you directly to the Pay by Link screen. After this is the Recent Transactions section. This will display the 4 most recent transactions that have occurred on your account. You can tap on each item and it will open the transaction details screen for this specific transaction. If you would like to view all transactions, then you can click on the View All link text, and this will take you directly to the transaction history screen. Beneath the recent transactions is the account balance section. Here it gives you a detailed breakdown of your account balance. Finally, at the bottom of the screen is a Request Payout button. This is a shortcut to do a full payout. Otherwise, you can do a partial payout on the payout screen. Please note that if a payout is not available, then a payout unavailable message will appear at the bottom of the dashboard screen. If I tap on this button, a payment confirmation drawer will appear. You can either close the drawer by using the X icon on the top right corner, or I can tap on the Complete Payout button to complete this payout. A pop-up will appear showing you that it is a success, then click on OK. Now you will see a payout pending message at the bottom of the dashboard screen. So now it is time to head across to the payout screen. To get there, use the side menu. The first tab is for payout request and the second tab is for payout history. To tell which tab is active, the word will be highlighted lime green with a lime green bar underneath that, whereas an inactive tab will be pale green without a bar. Below the tab bar is an Available for Payout Expander drop-down. It displays the current amount that is available for payout. You can expand this by tapping on the down arrow to view more details. Then tap on the up arrow to contract this again. Next is the Payout Amount input field. This field on screen load should always be showing 0 rands and 0 cents. When you tap on this field, it will bring up the Enter Amount drawer. Here you are able to enter in an amount through the use of the digit keys. Note that when you enter in an amount, it begins by adding the first 2 digits as cents and then will shift left to add the rand values. Click the Apply Text button to save the amount. Below this is the Request Payout button, but before we get to this, I would like to draw your attention to the section below with the View Payout link text. This shows the last processed payout details. and when you click on the link text, it will take you to the detailed view of this payout. When you tap on the payout request button, it will bring up the payment confirmation drawer. Then if I complete the payout, it will have a payout pending message as it does on the dashboard screen. Over to the history tab, and here you will find a list of all payout history items, not to be confused with the transaction history items. Each item has an overview of that payout, displaying the amount, status, payment type, and lastly the date and timestamps for this payout. To get a more detailed breakdown of the payout item, just tap on that item. This will open the payout details screen for that item. Next, we'll navigate to the Pay by Link screen. To give you a quick understanding of what Pay by Link is, it is a quick way for you to generate a payment, which then in turn generates a link for this payment that can be sent to the buyer. This link is shared via email and will open the payment gateway if the buyer clicks on it. Pay by Link also provides a unique QR code that can be scanned in the event that the buyer is with you in person. This is also a way to take the buyer through the payment gateway. On the screen you'll find an Enter Amount widget similar to that of the Enter Amount drawer. When you are happy with the amount, select the Next button. This will open the recipient email drawer. Here you can enter in the email of the recipient for this payment. If you would like to close this drawer, then simply tap on the X icon in the upper right corner. Otherwise, to continue, enter the email and tap the Next button. It will take a short moment to load. Once loaded, it will display the QR code at the top of the screen that can be scanned using the buyer's smartphone camera. This will then take them through to the payment gateway. Below this displays the amount entered, and then below this is the Share button and the Cancel button. The Share button is used for sharing the generated payment link through other social platforms such as WhatsApp. Note, you can also copy the generated link to your device's clipboard so that it can be pasted elsewhere. To close this drawer, just drag from top to bottom of the drawer. Lastly, if you would like to cancel, tap on the Cancel button. If you do this, it will cancel the link and send a cancellation email to the recipient. It will also take you to the previous screen displaying the recipient email drawer. Now let's make our way to the payment request screen. On the screen you'll notice that there are two tabs. The Once Off tab is used for the more detailed payment request route, where you can fill in specific information, but once requested the steps follow the same journey as the Pay by Link, where an email is sent and a QR code is generated. The Subscription tab is useful when you want to create recurring payments. Let's take a look at the input fields below. It starts with the recipient email and recipient name, followed by the amount. These first three fields are all required in order to proceed. Next, you can add a postage and packaging fee if you feel it is necessary to add one. After this, you must add a description of the purchase. This is similar to the reference when you do an EFT and is therefore a required field to proceed. Lastly, the invoice ID, order ID, and personal message fields are all optional fields, so you can decide if you would like to add these in. Once you are happy with the details, then tap on the Send Payment Request button. It will take a short moment to load. Then, just as it does on the Pay by Link, the QR code and Share button will appear for you to share the generated link along with the Cancel button in case you would like to cancel the transaction. This time, if you tap on the Cancel button, it will send the cancellation email and then divert you back to the Once Off tab on the Payment Request screen. Now let's jump across to the Subscription tab. Here, the recipient email, recipient name, amount, and recurring amount fields will all be required to proceed. The recurring amount is the payment amount that is going to repeat each time. Below is the frequency drop-down. This is how you determine how the frequency of the payments occur. If you tap on this drop-down, it will give you several repeat options to choose from. Down from this is the number of payments section. Here you can use the input field to set the full number of payments that will occur. Alternatively, just above this field is an infinite toggle switch. When you turn this on, it will set the full number of payments to infinite. You'll notice that while the switch is on, the set number of payments field will disappear. Please note that the initial billing date will be set to the date of when the buyer completes the payment request. After this, the Your Reference field is optional, as it's your own reference. Next, name the subscription. This field is required to proceed. Lastly, the subscription description and personal message fields are optional. Again, if you tap on the Send Payment Request button, it will load the Pay by Link screen with the QR code and Share button. The Cancel button this time will divert back to the Subscription tab instead. Next up, let's navigate to the Transaction History screen. Don't forget you can also reach the screen through the View or Link text on the dashboard screen. On landing, you'll see that this screen displays a list of transactions that have occurred. There are 3 different types of statuses that can be found for each transaction item: incoming money, outgoing money, and refund. Each status is represented by its name, color, and arrow icon. Each transaction item will also display the amount with the email address below, along with the date and timestamps on the right-hand side. At the top of the list is the Sort By drop-down. This is used to change how you would like to list the transactions to sort by. By default, it is set to latest to oldest. So as you can see on the right side of each item, the dates and times are currently sorting from the most recent to the oldest. If you tap on the drop-down, now it will give you more options for sorting this list. When I select oldest to latest, you can see that the dates now all sort from the oldest to the most recent instead. You can also sort transactions by their rand amount. Following on from this, there is also a way to sort these items through the use of specific filters. To do this, tap on the filter icon to the right side of the screen. The filter drawer will appear. Here you can search based off of dates, item names, payment ID, party, and finally the amounts. To sort by date, just tap on the calendar icon in the date field, which will open the calendar widget. Here you can change the year by using the year drop-down, and then you can change the month by using the left and right chevron arrows. Lastly, tap on the day number to select the day of the month, then click OK. You can apply these filters by tapping on the Apply button text. Otherwise, if you tap on the Cancel, it will clear all filters and close the drawer. You can also view an expanded view of each of these transactions by tapping on the transaction item. It will direct to the Transaction Details screen. This will give a breakdown of all the details that this transaction comprises of. At the bottom of the screen for this transaction, there is a Refund Unavailable message. This just means that certain payment types will not allow you to process refunds. Let's take a look at a transaction that does allow us a refund. If I go to this transaction of 160 Rand, which has a different payment type, it has a refund button available. This is because the payment type is of Samsung Pay. Now when you tap on the refund button, the refund drawer will appear. At the top is the refund type drop-down. When you tap on this, there are two options: full, which is the full amount, and partial, which will be an amount of your choosing. Note how if you select full, then the next field down is grayed out and will not allow you to change the amount. However, if I choose partial, then the field will become available for you to enter in a custom amount. Down from this is the reason drop-down. Here you can select from any of these available options. If you select other, then a new input field will appear, allowing you to provide a custom reason for refund. Below is a checkbox. If you select the checkbox, it means that you have activated the option to have it send a confirmation email when the refund is completed. Note that this is optional. If you are happy with the details above, then tap on the refund button. It will load momentarily, and then a pop-up will appear stating that it was either a success or a fail. If the refund was a fail, then the refund unsuccessful screen will appear. Here it will display a big red circle icon with an X in the middle. Please note, if the refund was a success, then the refund successful screen will appear, except this time it will display a big green circle with a check mark in the middle instead. The last screen to explore is the support screen, so let's navigate across to this. On this screen you'll be greeted with 3 call to actions. Each of these items are clickable. Report a bug and suggest enhancements will both open up the email client on your device. The Payfast support email address and subject line will already be auto-filled for you, so all you need to do is compose your email and the support team will be happy to assist. If you tap on the knowledge base call to action, it will open a Payfast web link in your device's browser, offering some helpful guidelines and informative documentation. Now, if you wish to log out of the app or you need to reset your password, you can do so by accessing the side menu. Then select the logout menu item. Once this pop-up appears, click on Log Out. If you want to reset your password, tap on the Login button. And then, as I mentioned before, just use the Forgot Password link text in order to reset your password. Thank you for your time for viewing this video walkthrough guide of the Payfast app. Hope to see you soon.